Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Sadgure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Sadgure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Sadgure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. So, I will introduce myself in a few words. I'm Karta Singh. I am a student of Yogi Bhajan since 79. I have started to teach in 80, so it took me 1 year to train myself, and I had no time. I learned through teaching, and I have founded a school called Amritnam Sarovar, where many teachers collaborate in a network delivering level 1, KRI, and level 2. Far to Russia and all over Europe, and wherever students ask to develop a program, we will support. So here I am today to introduce a theme about the Tattva, which is one of my favorite approach of yoga, which I strongly believe it is balancing our tattvas is a key to self-realization. And first we need to get in touch with the tattvas, how they drive us. I call them drivers, like 5 horses. I live also in a small community where we have a farm and horses. So these horses, most of the time in our tradition, Christian tradition and history, were supposed to be extremely contained or almost suppressed. And one of the favorite tests I do with the student is I give them a blank page and say, tell me a scale from +5, -5, what is your level of fire, air, earth, water, in terms of emotions, by example, where is your anger, where is your attachment, where is your lust, and so on. And the classic result is the way they judge themselves about how being driven by these 5 elements. And you get hardly plus. And when they are finished, my answer say, yes, I accept your result, but as a Kundalini yoga teacher, you should be a +5 in all 5s. So this is what Kundalini give access to a life that is 100%, using our drivers, sitting on these 5 horses full speed, so we can really develop our maximum potential and not be limited with our anger, with our pride, with our lust, etc. But how we channelize it, and that's, I think, what we find in the Sri Guru Granth is through the Naad, a way to transform all these emotions in a constructive, expansive emotion that bring you to a spiritual stage of looking at things instead of being driven by the emotion and reducing them, and they consume you and your prana. So today I want to concentrate on one of these five, which is the air element, which is one of the very subtle elements. Like it says at the end of the Japji, earth is the mother, water is the father, and air is the guru. So these are the three fundamental relationships we need to have. Many people have relationship to the mother, and we end up with this mother complex. Other people have a hard time with the relationship to the father because father is absent, and that's the water, always going away. Guru is everywhere, but this is the only one we cannot catch. So nobody realizes how important it is to have a relationship to the air element, because through the air is connected everybody beyond any differences. It gives us life and purpose. Air carries the sound current, and it can carry the touch. So this is one of the essential elements for the teacher. You're going to touch your students through the air element. It's not through your navel and through the power, but the touch is a transfer of prana that will carry a very, very unique information. First breath, when we come to the earth, we have been living with the breath of life without breathing for 9 months. We were fed through the navel, and we have that memory that this is where we can survive, whatever comes. But the minute we had been put out of the womb and had to breathe, a terrible fear came, and we were squeezed. So the first breath is a very deep memory of how we relate to the air element. And basically, we are very shy. We scream about it. we are angry about it. We are frustrated about it, because we never have enough breath, and we never breathe out enough. So this balancing the breathing in and breathing out is a very, very fundamental practice to rehabilitate our own capacity to relate to the air element. When you can freely let your breath be, you will see that you have conquered most of your fears. So it's all locked in the pattern that has been set already from birth. So I would advise you to go through all these sets about rebirthing, to unlock your Jalandhar and open your chest and be able to let the breath from your diaphragm to just really breathe you before you can become aware of your breath. Because then the awareness on the breath is something that counts. First, we are automatic, we take it for granted. You're sleeping, you're breathing, and you think it's going to last forever. I mean, subconsciously. So the minute you put the awareness on the breath, you realize that might be my last one. And this becomes crucial and critical. Because if my last one is the next, what do I do with this one? You know, the urge is coming. So this is all has to do with the element. Are you rushing and coming out of breath? Or are you taking the time for your breath? You know, this whole expression will reflect on your own life pace and how you go through life. So I think that's the first approach. Work on giving yourself birth to a new way to breathe, so you can breathe more deeply and balancing the inhale and the exhale, which nobody has. As a teacher, I will advise just watch your student in the room when they come first and observe how long they breathe out, how long they breathe in, and it will tell you a lot about their greediness, about their fear, about the level of subconscious agenda. It's all there. In one breath you can already check where your student is, so it's a good tip. I use it very often. especially when people are over emotional or cannot deal with emotion. This is a very direct access to their stage, and you can access it and give a very good, very simple advice, very simple kriya that can change their whole life. So, because we can stay 40 days without food, solid food, we can stay 10 days without drinking, but few minutes without breathing, and you're done. So it is utmost essential to have a relationship to this breath. So, and breath is not, the air is not just conducting oxygen and prana, but there is a lot of thoughts that comes along through the feelings, through how we receive this breath and how that breath goes through the whole system of the 10 bodies and the chakra. For today, I just don't want to go in the 10 bodies effect, but I just want to stay with the chakras and the alignment with the sushumna. So when you start entering the path of rebirthing, you give birth to yourself every breath. This is the Guru's teaching, and this is the yogic practice, being aware every breath you give yourself a new chance, a new life. So through the air element and through the breath and through our rhythm, we will be able to perceive a very, very deep level of existence. When you wash yourself with a cold shower, you know what is grosser awakening. You're cold and you are angry and you put all your instinct out and you calm down. But when the wind comes to your skin, it's a very different feeling. And when I would say even when the air doesn't move and touch you, when you have a sense of what is the master's touch, is a touch that goes beyond your breath, beyond your skin, enter your system in a very, very, very deep level and will affect the whole being in what we call Atma, the essence. The soul is connected with the breath through the master's touch. So as a teacher, it's not your teaching by overpowering your student or making your trip or having faith or having hope or giving hope or boosting people, praising people, uplifting people abusively. This would not be the essence of the teaching the way I understood it. But the master's touch was mostly a permanent, a latent bridge. As soon as you connect to the subtle body of the master, to his soul, soul contains the intention. Intention is the only will we have at disposal. And if your intention is pure, it will sweat out through the magnetic, through the air element, and you will reach the system of any student in the room if you are aware of that source in you of inspiration. That is self-exaltation, but it doesn't ask people to be over the roof. It's a very big difference on marketing yoga and selling enthusiasm, or be the enthusiast, be the all, and transfer that information from your soul to the soul of the student. And that's where I see the air element essential as a bridge, the golden bridge between the teacher who realized that stage of self-realization, I am the breath, I am the prana, and that confirmation to the soul of the student that you are just exactly the same, nothing to worry. It's a message that doesn't go through the intellect, it shortcuts it directly and sweat out of your being through the class. And through the class, you're going to move this prana through the system, Ida Pingala, which is the basic duality of everybody. And the idea is try to reach Atma Prana. That's the channel. Atma Prana is the prana that circulates in Sushumna, in the spine, which is a result of how you combine through Ida Pingala, this prana, apana, and all the vayus. They will align themselves through the spine. That's where it's located, and that's what we call Atma Prana, is the food and the inspiration that's gonna recall your intention of incarnation that is in your soul body. So That's where Kundalini enter in the picture, and the air element will somehow be the media to transfer the information of your level of awakening to somebody who is looking for self-awakening. So the air element is absolutely the element of the teacher. Is number 5 has to do with the voice that also be transported by the air, the nad that comes to this, and the tantra is ears and mouth. It's the same level, eyes, ears, and mouth. We are in that triangle where we can reach Sushumna, Atma, Prana when we combine what we hear and what we see in the nervous system in this central axis. So I'm not entering the details, but many of the tantric exercises are based on eye concentration with a sound current. And when you mix these two, it will affect your nervous system in both at exactly the same time. Ida Pingala will be stimulated and produces this Atma Prana, an inspiration that boosts your soul and self true identity. Find, experience, feel the true identity is accessible through the air element. Same way, when we go to the Guru for the Hukum, the word come to you, and you can open a book wherever it is and read this book, and it will be meaningless for many, many people. But what is the difference for a Hukum from the Guru that is meaningful from a Hukum that is meaningless? It is the air that makes the connection with your soul. So when the soul of the Guru, of the Master, which is Sadguru, true Guru, is God becoming the Word, it comes to your system through Atma Prana, through the air element, and it becomes meaningful. And you feel it, you sense it, and you know. And that's how I understand it means self-sensory system. Is that you have a sense to sense your soul, which is a true identity. And from a true identity, you find your true identity. There is a resonance. And the media is the air element. So I think I talked enough about it. I could go for hours. But just to underline how important it is, that's so subtle. And I think Kundalini Yoga is not fitness, is not workout, it's really entering this subtle body of the pranic body and see how we can communicate from soul to soul using consciously this air element as a medium that help you to transfer the information of being enthusiastic by yourself. Being whole. The soul gives you the sense of being one again, and I think this is the access to self-healing, the ultimate self-healing. It is not a healing to work on the symptomatic and find out this is wrong, my liver is wrong, things is wrong, but there is a global sense of healing that is your totality, and your totality is a soul on a journey that needs to recognize himself. And at that moment, there is no duality about yourself. And then you enter a healthy way of living. So this is how I connect working with prana and working into the healing field. So today I wanted to share with you and introduce this way a very, very simple kriya that is actually mentioned by the Guru in the scripture about the breath of 16. So a 16-stroke breath that we find in the Sudarshan Chakra Kriya, one example. But there are other ways to practice, and I just want to share with you a very, very simple, for beginners, but super efficient, if you are connected, and you have the awareness on what you're doing actually by breathing, and not just wait and breathe. So I think this is a dimension in Kundalini Yoga that every time you apply your consciousness within the kriya becomes something completely different. It's not just practicing, doing something, it is entering a space of an experience that brings you to self-awareness. So, how to do this? Let's start by a short warm-up. We want the spine to be flexible, to be warm, and the prana to be activated in the body before you start that meditation. So we can just go hold our chin, and start moving the spine. Breathe in when you stretch your shoulder back and open your chest and free your chest. And exhale, roll on your pelvic, bring your lower back in, and continue. Just keep your chin in, and breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and close your eyes and start to feel. If you are with your breath, it will change the sensation in the body about the effect of the breath and how it affects every single cell. Just globally feel. Don't make it complicated. You don't need to think too much. Just feel. And then you start feeling, you concentrate on your spine, put your attention on your spine and feel the effect of that breath on your spine. And you feel the transformation, different temperature, different tension, maybe different information coming to you. Keep breathing in and out for another minute. Give maximum amplitude forward and backward to your spine. Curve it the best you can, front and backward. Inhale deep. Bring your spine absolutely vertical. And just imagine each vertebra erected from one another and detach and going up, so your spine win about 2 centimeters. That's how we say in France. A little longer, a little higher. Stretch it up. And holding up and breathe out. And not collapsing the vertebra, just keep your spine erected. Inhale again. Stretch a little more and detach each vertebra from one another. Feel that energy, that erect your spine, be with it. Feel it on the top of your head. Keep your body like this. You can still be relaxing your shoulder. Bring your navel in. Establish your posture as a perfect yogi. Exhale. Now you put yourself in the right posture, which is a sitting posture, with the spine erected, the chin in. You're aware, you're alert of the prana that moves through the body and especially through the spine. So now we want to increase the circulation of prana in the central channel. It's a very simple warm-up that you bring your hands in Gyan Mudra, index finger and thumbs together. You bring your elbows to the rib cage, and then you will come out of your shell. You inhale, and you squeeze, you stretch, you open, stretch your shoulder in the back, your shoulder blade come together, and you keep your spine erected. Inhale deep, open the chest, fill up your lungs, maximum, squeeze, Mula Bandha, erect your spine and lock yourself in. Now you're in control with 3 nervous system and you're opening this central channel. Hold it. Keep the body posture, exhale. Keep the spine erected. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the shoulder forward a little bit. Release the breath. And be ready for a second time. Inhale slowly. Rotate your shoulder. Open the chest. Inhale, 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 inhale. Squeeze your shoulder blade. Spine erected, navel in, squeeze it, lock it, hold. Feel the energy in your spine. Open the channel. You may visualize a white light or warm feeling or in your spine, all along the spine. And slowly exhale, bring your shoulder back. We'll do it one more time. Erect your spine, open your shoulder, inhale, inhale, inhale. Squeeze your shoulder blade, squeeze the navel in, squeeze the whole Mula Bandha. Keep a slight Jalandhar, bring your chin in, and squeeze your shoulder blade, lock yourself in. Hold it. And slowly exhale. Keep your eyes closed, keep your spine erected, and feel. Just feel through the whole body what happened. And open yourself to the communication with the whole universe. Start from the room around you. Maybe imagine an egg around you of energy and information that come to you. Then you expand it, expand it, expand it. Open yourself to any information you need to connect. Any source of inspiration and excitement that come from the universe to you. And will reboot your soul. Will rebirth yourself into your true self. And we got be ready now to practice this kriya that you will find in a Pranayam book about the 16-stroke breath technique. You're going to bring your hands in Venice lock and bring the thumbs on the top, not crossing the thumbs like usually we do, but parallel. And you bring this in. You hold your elbows against the rib cage nicely, and then you bring your navel in and your spine straight and erected, like we have practiced before. The chin in. You close your eyes and you will concentrate now on the breath pattern. We want to inhale in 16 stroke. You can use Satanama. And you will breathe in 16 stroke, quite quick. It's about 6 seconds, so it's like. And when you reach the 16, you're ready to exhale in 16 again, immediately. So you're not holding the breath. It's going to create a sort of a wave, inhaling, exhaling, exhaling, inhaling. You have to link these two. So there is no sense of starting and ending the breath. It's a continuously breathing pattern based on 16. As much you inhale, as much you exhale. Takes 16 steps that are feasible, and of course at the beginning you will have a problem because you don't know how long you can breathe, so it will be a little bit. And then when you're not busy with counting and remembering and be with the breath, you're going to start to apply that breath through the spine. Through the spine you're going to connect to the soul, you're going to connect to a whole network of information. And this connection between the unit that you are and the universe that is the whole. And then you will get a lot of inspiration, insight, access to answering question of duality, They will come to you. You know what we call the neutral mind is experiencing an answer that doesn't need explanation. It comes to you in a way that this is obvious, that's what is the answer to my question. So this posture, this kriya can help you to solve a lot of problem of duality. If you simply be with your breath, channelize this breath in your spine, and be aware, just be open. So we're going to start now. Keep your hands together. Keep your elbows together, spine straight and erected. Inhale deep. Exhale completely to start. And you go mentally Satarana 4 times. and the next turn you will inhale fully in 16 strokes and hold the breath even. Erect your spine, lock your Mulabandha, Chalanda, feel, integrate. Be with the spine. Keep the spine erected. Completely exhale at once. And hold the breath out. Squeeze your Mula Bandha. Keep the spine erected. Integrate. Inhale. Keep your eyes closed and for 1 minute breathe nicely. Easy breathing and just observe, feel, realize. Integrate your experience. Inhale deep, exhale, shake your hands, move your shoulder, relax your spine, come back. Here we are. That was the journey. So you can use this kriya anytime you have very deep duality, big question, unresolved issues, and you want the universe to give you an insight, access another level that will not be from opportunism or from personality, but from the whole. Just do this meditation 11 minutes, starting by setting your problems, your questions very clearly, and just let the prana solve it and bring you the information you need to go forward. That's my tip for today. Thank you for being with me. Bless you all. Let's close this class. Inhale deep. Sat-nam. Thanks to our teacher, Avalos and Dasa Yogi too, who share these techniques with us so we may benefit today and share with so many other teachers so we may uplift ourselves and have a healthy living. Salam.